realize what you done. Took my broken heart and you made it into one. Healed it back to health, made it brighter than the sun. Just a rip it from my chest, triple shoot it with the gun. Hi guys, welcome to an episode of my podcast. I haven't named it yet, but it'll be in the title.
Yeah.
Today, this podcast, well, let me explain what this podcast is first. Basically, Matthew has a podcast on his channel called Subparcast, where he reviews movies and gives them ratings and stuff like that, and gives what he has his opinions on there. And I've been on every episode so far, and now he's here. Say hi.
Hi.
And basically, this is the same thing, except for instead of movies, it'll be albums and music. And it doesn't necessarily have to be an entire album or even an EP. It could just be one song, but
track review. Yeah.
It could be tracks or just songs. But since usually that wouldn't take too long to explain your feelings on just one song, most likely it'll mainly be albums. First album that we're going to be talking about on this is Kamikaze by Eminem, his most recent album, which is a couple months old now. 1 month.
A month, yeah.
About a month old now.
I think it's like a month and a week or something.
We're both big Eminem fans, so we wanted to do this review, I guess. And there's no other album that came out recently that either of us really care about. Is there for you?
Came out recently? No. No.
Not anything recently.
Not even like the last year, probably.
Especially that people will care about. But people will probably want to hear about the Kamikaze one. I mean, our review on Killshot on our main channel, The Dudes, is our most viewed video on our channel to date.
Yep.
So yeah, not on my channel. This channel, I have one with more views than that.
Yeah.
I have a lot more views.
So, what do you think of the Kamikaze?
I absolutely loved it. I think... I don't
absolutely loved it. Like,
I liked it. Yeah, I love the album.
You did say it would be like towards your top, right?
It's honestly one of the best things he's put out in the past decade. Much better than Revival. I didn't dislike Revival. A lot of people didn't like Revival and thought it was one of his worst work. I didn't think it was one of his best work, but I didn't dislike it. I still liked Revival. There's a few songs on there that I really liked. And overall, I thought it was a solid album. I was surprised, because especially compared to everything else that comes out, to all this crappy trap rap that has been out lately, is still much better in comparison. But like Eminem said himself, he set the bar so high that his only person he can compete with is himself, and if he doesn't match himself, it's considered bad, even if it's better than everyone else. Like, Revival still sold more than almost any other rap album last year. It still got hundreds of millions of views on YouTube, and it still did really well, and it still had, even though it got a lot of hate, also got a lot of love, still number one on the Billboard. But yet, it's considered one of his worst albums. It's definitely not one of his best, but I still liked it. But that was just my quick little opinion on Revival. Back to Kamikaze, I thought it was a much better improvement. I've always thought that Eminem, or Slim Shady perhaps, is at his best when he's angry. Would you agree?
I mean, yeah, if you don't have anything to talk about, your music isn't going to be good. I mean, you have to be upset about something or excited about something, and for him it seems like being upset is the best way to go. People
like angry Eminem. This album, he dissed a lot of rappers.
I mean, nobody wants to hear Eminem be like, I had a good day today. Like, they listen to him because he's mad.
Yeah. I mean, not that Revival, he was like super happy and all this, but like he didn't really have the anger. He didn't really have reason to be angry. Kamikaze, he had reason to be angry because of the negative response on Revival. He actually said I think it was in the Sway album, he after he put out Relapse, he liked it when he put it out, but he realized it kind of sucked afterwards. Not that I think Relapse sucked, but he doesn't like Relapse that much. He said, I never would have made Recovery if it wasn't for Relapse, implying that he likes Recovery a lot better than Relapse, and I never would have made Kamikaze if it wasn't for Revival. So, if Revival even just did okay and didn't get like a bunch of negative responses, but still just did okay, but still wasn't like put anywhere in the ranks with any of his other albums, he would never have made Kamikaze. and I love this album. I think it probably, not that it's his best album, but it's probably lyrically his best album.
Really?
Yeah. Like, when it comes to just complicated rhyme schemes and just, like, putting rhymes together, rhyming entire sentences, all this and that, I think he does that more here than anywhere else. This is his shortest album yet, outside of maybe Infinite, but not really counting that one. It's only 11 songs. Wait, no. It's only, I think it's 11 songs. And
it's 11 tracks.
11 tracks, or 11 songs and 2 skits.
Oh, so it's 13 tracks?
Yeah. So it's only 11 songs, but he puts out LPs, so like 15 or more. Like, Revival was 19 songs.
I was say, isn't a normal album for him like 18?
It's like somewhere like between like 16 and 21 or something like that. Because so I mean, yeah, this album was probably the quickest release after another. Like, he put this out in the summer, and Revival came out in December 2017. So he made this album like quick, like right after Revival. He's like, oh, this is getting bad reviews, I'm gonna start working on another album right away. Like, this isn't the first time he put out an album a year, like the next year after the first album, but I think this is the first time he did it this quickly. I could be wrong, but that's what I think. I'll look it up later, but
yeah. But
we can go through the songs now.
Song by song.
Sure. The first song on the album is "The Ringer." That one was talked about a lot because it's the longest song, and basically he attacks a lot. He attacks a lot of people throughout the whole album, but this is like where he like attacks the most people, and it's like right away. And this is where people are like, wow, this is good. People liked it a lot. He goes off right away attacking a bunch of people that insulted him, and just trap rappers or mumble rappers that he doesn't like. Excuse me. What do you think of the song?
I don't remember it exactly.
We listened to it yesterday.
But I don't remember a lot of it. I thought we were just going to talk about the album in general, like what stood out to me and like what I remember. You know?
Okay.
Like,
well, I asked you, do you
I
remember these songs?
To remember, like, legitimately go through it and be like, here's what I liked, here's what I didn't like, I'd have to listen to it multiple times.
Okay.
But like,
I listened to the entire album multiple times. Sometimes I would just listen to the entire album while working out.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I like the song. It's really long, and I think he's just kind of like getting a bunch of stuff off his chest. It's not really a song you can like party to or jam to, but it's more of a song that you can like bob your head to and be like, yeah, this is good. And then you're like, wow, this is savage. He attacks a bunch of people, whatever.
What was the second track?
The second track was called, I think it was called Greatest, where he...
Yeah, that one I do remember.
I like that one. It's funny, it's cheesy, but it's good. Once again, he goes pretty fast and complicated. The chorus is catchy, and some people don't like it, think it's goofy, like Greatest. Well, I think it's funny and catchy. I mean, like, if he did that back then when he's Slim Shady, people would love it. So I'm not gonna hate it now just because he's older. And I thought it was good though. Overall, and he calls himself the greatest, but if anyone can call themselves the greatest in the rap game, it's Eminem.
Or Joe Budden.
No, Joe Budden. Joe Budden is a guy that Eminem has had beef with in recent years, and he actually attacks him in this album too. And I think it was in The Ringer and in Fall.
What about Benzino? He's good.
Yeah. The song Fall, which is not... Oh, I guess we can get there, because after Greatest... I don't actually... I might not know the order. I think it's either Normal or Lucky You. We don't have to do an order.
Those are two ones that I would like to talk about either way.
Okay. So which one do you want to do
Normal
first?
Normal is my least favorite track.
Really?
I hate Normal.
Why?
As in, I hate it. Like, I just wasn't into it. I mean, I don't have a technical reason or anything. It's just, I don't know, the feeling of the song I wasn't into. And then Lucky You is probably what I think is the best song from the album.
So that's the best and the worst song for you,
in my opinion. Yeah. Like, what I've heard from a lot of people is talking about like Nice Guy and Good Guy. Is that those are the names?
Nice Guy and Good Guy.
I've heard most people say that like those are the ones they dislike the most, but I'm like, those ones aren't, that bad in my opinion. Like, and by that bad I mean like on that album, like compared to the rest of it, I think those ones are fine. I do not care for Normal.
I thought it was okay. Normal. Sorry, I'm adjusting in my my microphone. When I showed Matthew these songs, there's 3 songs on the album about relationships. There's Normal, Nice Guy, and Good Guy. And Nice Guy and Good Guy kind of like... When I showed him these songs, the 3 songs about relationships, Good Guy, Nice Guy, Normal, and Good Guy, Nice Guy kind of play off each other, though they're only 2 minutes each, and it's both featuring the same girl. And though they're very different, they're about 2 different things, kinda, and they sound way different, and I like one of them way more than the other. But I said to him, these songs are definitely not for everybody. They're probably the most disliked songs on the albums just because they're about relationships and they're like so different, and compared to the rest, less lyrically skilled. Like, he doesn't really go for verbal skills in these songs that much. A lot of people do like him. And honestly, Normal is probably the most liked out of the 3. It's also the only full song, like, out of those 3. But it's definitely not for everyone. I think they're okay, especially 2 of them. I don't really like Nice Guy. I thought it was okay, but it was my least favorite on the album. Nice Guy is my least favorite song. I think the girl who sings in it, I forgot her name, but I think she's a really good singer. And she sounds pretty talented. But besides that, the rest of the song is eh. And Good Guy is good, but it's only 2 minutes long. I liked it though. And Normal I thought was okay. After Normal, you want to talk about Lucky You now? There's that honestly might be my favorite song on the album as well. Lucky You featuring Joyner Lucas, who's most well known for his song I'm Not Racist.
Yeah.
What do you think of the song?
I think, I won't give a rating to like every song on the album, but from the ones that I remember, Normal. Actually, no, I'll probably give them later. Like, we should maybe do them later at the very end, like your favorite, least favorite, or something. I don't know. But Lucky You, I like. I wouldn't say it's in my top 10 of his stuff ever, but it's still good.
Yeah.
I could listen to it.
I don't know if I'd put it in my top 10 either of Eminem songs, but I liked it a lot. I think you could jam to it. There's a lot of a lot of good lyricism and good. They both go really fast at certain parts.
They're a good match.
I think they are too. I agree. Yeah, and apparently Eminem has known him for a long time.
Really?
Yeah, he said he met him back in early 2010s, and at a some sort of freestyle battle or something. He explains it in the interview with Sway he did recently.
Which part?
I don't remember. There's 5 parts or whatever. But I liked it a lot. The song's good. The music video is good. Yeah. Then and for the rest of the songs we can go a little bit quicker. I'm fine with this being over 30 minutes, but we're only at 15 minutes anyway, and I'm cutting out that one part, which is probably about a minute of ugh. So, other songs like what was after? There's Stepping Stones, which was a song he wrote about D12, kind of talking about what's happened over the past more recent years with them. If you don't know who D12 is, it was Eminem's rap group from the early 2000s. They put out 2 albums, 2001, 2004, and they had some big songs. They had songs like My Band and Purple Pills. If you don't know those songs, you could just look them up. And if you don't know the songs, you're obviously not that big of an Eminem fan.
Yeah.
But the band ended basically... It didn't officially end, but it basically ended in 2006 when Proof died, who was one of the members and Eminem's best friend since he was 18, which was 1990. But I don't know exactly. All I know is they know each other for years before Eminem got even famous. And it didn't officially end, but they've never put out an album since then. They've put out some songs, like on Shady XV, which came out in 2014, which was a 15-year anniversary of Shady Records, Eminem's record label, being a thing. They put out a bunch of songs from Shady Records artists, and D12 put out a song, but Eminem wasn't even on that song. And then I think they put out an EP or something after that, but Eminem wasn't on that either. Either way, he talks in the song. It's easily his most emotional and deep song, because it's like he hasn't really talked about D12 recently, and since anything like that happened. And there's a few interviews where you can see members of D12 talking about stuff that's happened, but they didn't say that much either. And he kind of goes into detail in the song of like stuff that's happened. D12 was kind of meant to set everyone on their own path so they can all have their own successful careers, not just be famous because they're in a song with Eminem. But no one really blew after that. And then he said, "Truth is, as soon as Proof died, so did the crew." And then at that, he ends the song basically saying, "This isn't the end of our friendship, but D12 is over." It was I liked the song. It was a good song. It was emotional. It wasn't meant to be like fast or paced or verbally like lyrically talented. But honestly, it reminded me of the Eminem show. I think the way he rapped, the way he sounded like something you would hear from the Eminem show. And I liked it a lot. What do you think?
I will say this is gonna totally contradict what you just said.
Really?
Yeah, it's my second to least favorite probably.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't really like it.
Wow.
Like it was you call it emotional, right? But like I didn't get like there have been other songs where Eminem's done emotional stuff, like obviously stuff like Stan, and Mockingbird and songs like that. But like this one, I mean, I could definitely understand people getting it, but like I didn't get that from this.
Huh.
Like I listened to it and I was like, I don't know. I mean,
so you like
it still means something.
You like Nice
course.
Guy more than this song? You're such a nice
guy.
Really?
Yes. This one I didn't really like this one. Like
I thought this is a really good song.
Like it's still definitely it means something, right? But like I don't know, I didn't get that like feeling from it.
I got that feeling. I'm not saying it's like as emotional as like Stan or Mockingbird, but I definitely like would put it in the same category as them when it comes to emotion and hard hitting.
Like I feel like it would have been more like that for me, especially like I mean I wasn't a fan at the time clearly, but like if it had come out like just a couple of years after Proof died or something, it was like closer to then.
Well, he's put out songs about Proof after that.
I know, but I'm saying like him talking about D12 being over, like maybe back on something like Revival or whatever, like closer to then.
Well, Revival
when it was more fresh.
Revival was last year.
Not Revival.
Recovery.
Recovery. Yeah.
Well, he did put out a song about Proof and Recovery. It was about Proof though, not D12.
Yeah. I meant like D12 dying.
Well, it wasn't officially over yet. I hate my life.
I don't like use a box.
Yes. 1 second, guys. Can I use this white box?
Sure. All right. What's next?
After that, there was what was that? There was Not Alike featuring Royce da 5'9". This song I thought was really
also
good.
Good. Yeah. It has Royce da 5'9" in it.
Me and Matt both like Royce da 5'9". In my opinion, I think he's done the best to keep up with Eminem than any other rapper that he's ever done a song with.
Yeah, I think they play off each other really well.
They play off each other really well. I think Eminem usually kind of overshadows any rapper he usually features with, but I think Royce da 5'9" does a good job keeping up with Eminem, unlike most rappers. I think Joyner Lucas also did well, but I still think Eminem kind of shined out more than Joyner Lucas in that song. I still think Eminem got him beat. at least a little bit. I mean, it was only the first song together when Royce da 5'9" has done an entire album or EP, whatever, with him, which has 11 songs on it, and he's done other songs in the past. But I think, based off of most of what I've heard, especially from the Bad Meets Evil album or EP, Royce da 5'9" does a really good job at keeping up with him, and they do a really good job at playing off each other. And I think his lyricist, he's a really good lyricist, and I like Royce da 5'9". I think the song was good. I think it was entertaining. I think in this song specifically, Eminem outshined Royce da 5'9" because one, Eminem went a lot longer than Royce da 5'9". Like his verse was way longer. Also, Royce da 5'9" just didn't. I just think he sounded just like he just was like tired, or like he starts off like kind of like slow, and then he gets a little bit more. I thought that his part was really good, but I think this case Eminem did outshine Royce da 5'9". But usually I think Royce da 5'9" does really well at keeping up with Eminem. But Eminem, after he did his normal part, he kind of went hard, and that's when he dissed MGK, and in that song, especially like during his second half of his verse. So what do you think of the song?
I think it's a good song. I don't have too much to say about it. I don't know. Like, it's a good song.
All right.
It's not like I don't really have anything special to say. Like, it doesn't stick out for any particular reason to me. But it's like, it's like okay, this is a good song.
We are not alike, not alike. That's how much we have in common.
And then what was next?
What was after Not Alike? I think it was Fall. No. It was Kamikaze, which is one of the songs I showed you yesterday. It was the first one. The one that has Fack in it in the chorus.
Yeah, I don't remember too much about that one either.
I'm a kamikaze,
yeah.
Everything. Islamic Nazi. But
I remember it being like really, for lack of a better word, funky. Not like funk music, but funky like...
I thought it was another funnier, fast-paced song. The chorus is another one, kind of like the greatest, where it's like goofy, but I thought it was still catchy, and I still liked it. It's funny. I like the song. I don't know if it's going to be a single or not. I think it might become one based off of the hints he dropped about it, but maybe not. It's also like the title of the song is the same as the album, which he hasn't actually done that since. Has he ever done that before?
I don't think so.
This is the first time Eminem has named a song after the album name or have the same name, which is common for artists in general. But yeah,
Lil Wayne's gonna have Carter 5 as a
Wait,
single.
did Revival have one?
I was gonna say that's one I was thinking of.
I think they had. I don't think it had a song, but it had like a little music part, like a short, like 30-second music part
Called
Revival.
Maybe.
With a.
I don't remember.
But that wasn't even a full song either way. So I think this is the first time, because Recovery didn't have a song called Recovery. Relapse didn't have a song called Relapse.
Yeah.
It'd be weird if he had a song called the Marshall Mathers LP or Slim Shady LP. Fall was the first single on the album that he put out, and had a music video for it. I liked it. The chorus. I thought it would have been much better if it wasn't for that weird effects, and I also didn't like the singer's voice that much. But if he had a different singer without any effects, it would have been much better. Yeah. But I like this Eminem's parts. His verses are good. He attacks a lot more people in this song, including Joe Budden and Charlamagne again. He attacks Tyler, the Creator, and some other people.
Yeah. I won't say I like the song. I don't dislike it. It's one that I'm like middle of the road on. I'm like it passes, but
I like it.
I'm not super into it.
It's not one of my favorite Eminem songs, but I like it. He kind of just goes off on a bunch of people, but I think he does it pretty well. After that, I think after that is Nice Guy.
Nice Guy.
That's my least favorite song on the album.
Nice Guy. I would also say is like, it's average. I wouldn't call like bad.
I would say average.
Like, oh, that's great.
I can agree that it's average. I wouldn't call it bad, but it's definitely my, like, I'd still rather listen to that than any song ever by Lil Pump or any rapper with Little in front of it. He actually just put out a song with Lil Uzi Vert or someone.
Really? Lil
Uzi. I think he just put out a song with him, and it was called Multimillionaire. And it's also... Is this a common thing with Lil Pump? Does he just always post songs that are 2 minutes long? Because his, like, Gucci Gang was, like, 2 minutes long. That new one with Kanye West is 2 minutes long. This one's, like, 2 minutes and 25 seconds. Also, it sucks.
But I love it.
It also the new song sucks. There's not one good song by Lil Pump. He sucks. I've never heard a song by someone that has Lil in front of their name that's actually good, except for Lil Dicky. But he's like a comedic rapper. I would call him a real rapper too, because I think he wants to be called one. But he's more of a comedic rapper. I've heard some songs by Lil Dicky that I've enjoyed. Like the one with Snoop Dogg. I like that one. Nice Guy. I thought it was okay. I didn't like the the suck my. I didn't like that part. I think the singing part was good. I like the girl's voice. I think she has a good singing voice. Eminem's parts, I think they were the least impressive on the album. I mean, it was just like simple, like, yeah, I'm just being nice. I'm not insulting the song. Like I said, I would still rather listen to that than most rap today, but it definitely wasn't his best work on the album, in my opinion. And do you have anything else to say about it, or just
that I feel basically the same about it and Good Guy, that they're okay.
I would say okay. I would say Good Guy is definitely a lot better. It reminds me a little bit of Recovery, except just less angry, where he just kind of talks about his ex-wife Kim in probably every album, but this is the only part where he talks about Kim in it, and it's just a quick little 2-part. Except this one's less angry. Instead of like insulting her, like he kind of just like says like, I'm still waiting for the day that you admit you're wrong, and then I'll forgive you. And it's like he's starting to realize that like it's time, like I'm okay with forgiving you. But I liked it. It was only a long verse and then a chorus with the same girl from Nice Guy, and I like her voice. Like I said, the chorus is all right. I think it would have worked better as a full song, to be honest, but I like it. I'll jam to it, but it's only 2 minutes, so both of them are 2 minutes, and they're kind of like based off of each other, I guess, but in a way. But yeah.
So you ready to start off your series as out of 10 list? What do you give it out of 10?
Well, you forgot one song.
Oh, what song?
Venom!
Oh yeah, I legitimately forgot that's on there.
That's the last song in the album. We just saw Venom 2.
Say Venom is...
Literally just did the review for the Venom movie on his podcast.
I would say... I wouldn't be like, oh, it's good. But I wouldn't be like, it's average. I would say it's above average, but it's not like one that I would listen to much.
I think it's fun. I think it's like a good action song. It's good for the movie. It's definitely more of a fun song, just like jam to. But the only problem I really have with it is the chorus. I don't hate it, but I think it could have been much better. And I think it's almost good. There's just slight little problem. Like, Venom. I think he should have just like dialed it back a little bit, maybe. And he actually, I think it was yesterday, he released a music video.
Eminem quietly on the piano. Venom.
He just released a music video for that as the third single, I think. So that's his third music video. Basically all 3 music videos, which was one for Lucky You, Fall, and now Venom. They're all like demon related. So
maybe it's a sign he sold his soul to Satan.
Well, he has said that in songs before.
Yeah, but he's also said, everything.
He said everything. He even said that in 2002. Sold my soul to the devil, I'll never get it back.
Yeah.
He also said it in recent years.
Could be a metaphor.
Yeah.
I would think most likely a metaphor. But what do you give it out of 10?
The whole album?
Yeah. I want to hear yours first.
I give it a 7.5 out of 10. I was debating between 7 and 8, so I'm just cutting it down the middle.
You're not going to like mine.
Is it low?
Compared to that, yeah.
Is it below 5?
No, it's not below 5. It's still above average. Initially, okay, so I rethought about it. Originally, I was going to say 5.5, but I'm thinking 6.
6?
Yeah, 6, because it's above average. I would listen to it. It's not like, it's just that there's a few songs that I'm like, and like a few, like, very good songs. So I have to, like, put it down the middle for them. Like, there are a couple songs that I would give, like,
there's definitely some that stand out when some that are kind of, like, buried.
Like, Lucky You, I would give Lucky You...
That's a really good song.
An 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
And then I would give, Normal, a 4 out of 10. So it's like...
I think if you would compare it to most rap albums that came out this year, it's a 10 out of 10.
I would probably give most rap albums like a 2.
That's the thing. Was Big Today, and basically we make fun of this in our song that we put out in the Dudes channel.
Make sure you check it out.
Check it out, youtube.com/thedudes. It's called We Them Boys.
We own the domain. The Dudes.
Link in description.
Yep.
We make fun of mumble rap, and specifically we target Lil Pump in there, because he's kind of I guess you can call him the biggest mumble rapper right now. And
Prince of Darkness.
That's basically what's big right now. The biggest genre of hip hop right now is mumble rap and trap rap. If you can even lean rap, which is basically all the same. Like people like Lil Pump, Lil Yachty, anyone with the Lil in front of the name. That Lil Uzi Vert, Lil Xan, who just went to the hospital from eating too many Flamin' Hot Cheetos recently.
I'm wondering if that's a meme.
How do you
doing? Like if he's trying to joke.
Well, it's because he always looks and sounds like he's on drugs. I feel like his record label kind of has their hand up his butt, and he's basically their puppet. He faked an entire relationship because his record label told him to, when he didn't even want to do it, according to him. So now he went to the hospital. People are like, oh, he must have OD'd on drugs or alcohol or did something. Nope, ate too many Flaming Hot Cheetos. And when he got interviewed, a guy went up and interviewed him, said, so are you going to ever eat them again? He's like, yeah, man, I'm fine. It wasn't drugs or anything. I didn't even eat that many. I had one full bag, and then 4 days later I had another bag, and then I went to, I'm like, that's not that much. I mean, that's a lot more than what the average Cheeto eater eats, but it's not that much.
Yeah.
He ripped something in his stomach, I think. And I don't know how Cheetos did that. Was it like just a really sharp one, just got a really good tear somehow? Or because Flaming Hot Cheetos aren't that hot.
That wouldn't do that.
I don't know.
There are people that like joke or like maybe even are convinced, but they're like, oh, chips like that, hot chips, they can ruin your stomach lining and they can burn your tongue.
Yeah, no, that's going to be really bad for Cheetos. Because people are gonna freak out and be like, "Oh, I don't want to eat Cheetos anymore." And if they don't want to eat Cheetos, then they're definitely not gonna want to eat like stuff like Doritos, because Doritos are way sharper than Cheetos. Cheetos aren't even sharp.
Yeah, but
I was just eating some earlier.
I'm pretty sure they mean like the chemicals in it because it's so hot.
It's not hot though.
It burns your stomach.
It's not hot. Cheetos are not hot. Flaming Hot Cheetos are not hot. The double flaming ones are kind of hot, but regular Flaming Hot Cheetos are not hot.
Yeah, so wait. Between
I like how we got into Cheetos.
6 and 7.5, that's 6.75 for the album.
Oh yeah, so what me and Matthew have been doing for his movie review is we would take both of our ratings and we would average it down to the middle of it. So we're gonna do that same here. I'll make a separate list for what we do here. And so that'll be the first episode of whatever this podcast is gonna be called. I'll think of it before I upload it. And Kamikaze by Eminem, solid album. Do you want to rate your Eminem albums, favorite to least favorite?
I have to think real quick.
Well, we already did it.
Yeah, I just have to remember. It'd be Marshall Mathers LP, Eminem Show, Slim Shady LP, Encore, then
Marshall Mathers LP 2.
yeah, Marshall Mathers LP 2, Kamikaze, Recovery, Relapse, Revival.
Okay, and we're not including. Well, are we including Infinite? You haven't even heard Infinite, right?
No, and I haven't heard it.
I heard Infinite once
like
a while
2
ago.
tracks.
I won't include Infinite in mine either, but either way, it would probably be at the bottom. For me, I wrote this on my notes. I put Recovery is actually my favorite Eminem album, and people will probably be like, "What?" It wasn't a hated album or anything. People loved Recovery. It was the best-selling album of 2010, won Grammys, billions of views on YouTube. It was a loved album, but people would be like, "You liked it more than like the Marshall Mathers LP or the Eminem?" Yeah, I did. It's my favorite album because one, it introduced me to Eminem. That's like the first Eminem I've heard. I loved it a lot. I think it's one of the more emotional albums, and I liked it a lot. It basically introduced me not into just liking Eminem, but liking rap. Because before that, I don't think I liked any rap songs. Not Afraid was my favorite song for the longest time. So that's just my opinion. If you don't agree with it, that's okay. I'm not saying his other stuff is bad. Because my second favorite album, I think I put. I actually don't remember. Was it the Marshall Mathers LP or the Eminem Show? I think I put number 2 as Marshall Mathers LP. Because I put this down in my notes.
See, I thought it was Eminem Show from you.
I can check. I think I can check my notes while still recording audio. Okay.
I think I remember you saying that, and I was like, you put that one before Marshall Mathers LP? I don't know.
I think Eminem Show and the Eminem Show and the Marshall Mathers LP are his 2 most successful albums and liked albums. So I put Recovery as number 1, the Marshall Mathers LP is number 2, number 3 would be the Eminem Show, and then I actually put Kamikaze at number 4 as my 4th favorite Eminem album, at least as of right now. It might change over time. Number 5, I put the Marshall Mathers LP 2. Number 6, I put the Slim Shady LP. Number 7, Encore. Number 8, Revival. Number 9, Relapse. And I did put Infinite on here as number 10. Okay. So, and we weren't including anything like D12 or...
Yeah, no. That would totally change it.
Or, Bad Meets Evil. Or like anything. Not even like the Shady XV. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed the first episode. Matt, you want to say goodbye?
Goodbye.
All right, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.